Hi everybody, welcome to the Scorpio new moon reading for November 2020. This is a big moon phase in my opinion. It's about something deep coming in, new for everybody. And I was researching this morning and I kind of liked one of the analogies that came up about it. It's like, pretend that right now is a time of wet concrete. And the way that you behave and act right now determines how you are going to be set in your ways in the next chapter. And make no mistake, we are in the beginning of an enormous shift of our timeline as humans on this earth. Now, do you want to go into that new timeline as somebody who's stubborn and narrow-sighted and only believes in their side of the story, their perception of what truth is? Or are you going to be more fluid, more set in understanding, set in love, set in open-mindedness, set in the idea that maybe you don't have all the answers and maybe the way you see your truth isn't the whole entirety of the story? I think moving into the next chapter will be much more peace and harmony derived if everybody could be more open to other people's truths, other people's perceptions of how the truth is, and understanding that they also are coming from a place of not understanding the totality of the situation we are all facing. And sometimes they act from a place of thinking they have the whole story when that's not true either. So it's also trying to be understanding that other people are going through the same thing you are, and they might not be in the same place of acceptance that you are. I'm saying all this understanding that I have a ton of work to do in that particular situation as well. So this Scorpio new moon is huge, and I was a little confused. I thought this one was where we were having the eclipse, but obviously I don't think you can have an eclipse with a new moon. So the eclipse is coming up during the next full moon in Gemini for everyone. So this is setting up the stage for the incoming eclipse full moon of Gemini. And being that it is the Scorpio new moon, we will be starting with water signs. So we will be starting with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We shuffle a couple more times. Do you need help? Okay, come here. 1 second, guys. Mommy duty calls. Cash, go on. There you go. Alright, there's those. Alright, let's do a couple more. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, for this new moon you have the Knight of Swords. This is about being set in your, how do I put this? It's like coming in swiftly and strongly with your opinion or your ideas. It's almost like bursting in on the scene. And another thing, that type of energy. You can see it's the fastest moving of all of the knights. I'm so sorry. You can hear the squeaking of my washer machine. I have to get laundry done. It is so obnoxious, and I'm so sorry that you all can hear it so loudly. I am getting a new washer and dryer in a couple weeks. I was supposed to get it last week, but they canceled. Anywho, sorry when you hear my extremely loud washing machine. Scorpio. We have the Three of Pentacles. This is a great energy. This is about cohesively working together with others working together as a whole. I'm also feeling like camaraderie, but really it's about working together with others towards a goal. And it also might feel like you're the only one doing the work in some instances. If you look, the craftsman is up here actually doing the work, and then these two people are just kind of doing oversight. And it also might mean that there are 3 parties involved in a situation where you're needing to work together. In any case, I feel like you do end up working together with others. Pisces, you have temperance reversed. There's something unbalanced about a situation you're in or focusing on. Yeah. There's something unbalanced, or you're focusing on a Sagittarius who is unbalanced. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit reverse. This is about once you've gone within to find your inner truth and wisdom. When it's in reverse, now it's time to take action based on that inner truth and wisdom that you've gone in to seek. We have 2 pages reversed here. We have the Page of Cups reversed, which could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then we have the Page of Wands reversed, which could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. In either event, I do very much feel like there is a child at the center focus. Maybe not for everyone, but for a large portion of water signs, I do very much feel like there is a child in the center focus right now. There could be over emotional or emotionally manipulative, or there could be raging tempers, or the child. The page is often a child, and with these 2 pages together, it makes me feel like there's over emotionalism and a huge temper tantrum type energy surging. And this could be what you're going deep within to contemplate. Or there could be adults around you exhibiting this energy, and you're trying to figure out what to do about it. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like it's either your children or adults acting like children in a very negative aspect, or they're being too emotional or too reactive, and it's causing some kind of kerfuffle. We have the 8 of Pentacles, which is about needing to work on this, focusing on work, focusing on working on this. I also heard fine-tuning your craftsmanship, fine-tuning, putting like the finishing touches on something. But I do feel like this is focusing on the work. So if there's work that needs to be done with this child, pertaining to this child, inner work, it could be inner work with them, or just working with them to focus on their inner work. You've really gone within and focused on your inner truth and wisdom of how to go about this situation, and you're ready to take action based on that. I wasn't going to pull these, but I just felt drawn. So we also have Strength reversed, which is either a unwillingness to act in a courageous manner. Sorry, there's like stuff in my hair. Or being over temperamental, focusing. It's either being cowardly and not taking action and doing what you need to do, or it's being overly reactive and not being within control of your temper, and it has to do on the home front, within the home. So this could either be somebody refusing to take action when it comes to these kids, or this adult who's acting like a child in the home, or where there's an overreaction with a temper type energy towards this situation in the home. So the situation is on the home front, and there is focus on doing work, and I think it's to appease or harmonize, sorry. Getting back on the same page with this person, these people, whoever they are. It could be one person, could be a few people, could be your children, could be one child. Whatever it is, it's on the home base, and it's creating an uproar in some way in the home. All right, enough of that. All right, Cancer, you've got a lot to say about this situation, but I feel like you're coming in. It's very interesting, this energy for Cancer, because it's very much opposition to what Cancer stands for, because Cancer is all about feelings and love and home, and there's a huge emphasis on you're ruled by the moon, which is the emotions. And then the Knight of Swords is a very non-emotional energy. That he comes in swiftly, saying whatever needs to be said without one iota of a thought about somebody's emotional reaction to what the information they're bringing in is. So it's very non-Cancer-like, but I feel like this is you are ready to just rush in and just do away with whatever this is. I feel like you're over it. You're extremely over it. Let's see what you're coming in about. You're bringing in information, or you're reacting to information that you've received. The Three of Wands is standing here. You've put something out there. You've inquired about a question. You've inquired about information you need. And you're sitting here waiting for an answer, which is probably why you're coming in with this hot, quick energy, because you're sick of waiting for an answer. Maybe you've implemented something that you thought would work out better, given in this situation, and you're tired of being in a position of waiting, I think. I just feel like Cancer has a lot to say, and I feel like you're trying to resolve situations in some way, which is what all of this rushed energy is you're just tired of things being the way they've been, and you're ready to rush in and correct it, fix it, change it, do something. You're just tired. You've been in this Hermit energy for a long time, and now these are cards of action. You're ready to take action. You're ready to do the work. And you're tired of waiting for, is this person ready? Is this person on the same page as you? Have they done what they need to do to move forward? You're tired of waiting for whatever you've been waiting for. All right, Scorpio, working together. I feel like in the past you've been in the Hangman position where you did not want to work together with these people, or you were not in a position where you were able to work together with these people. But now we're ready to hit the green light and move forward. We are ready to join the team. We are ready to join the group. We are ready to do our fair share in this. It doesn't have to be 3 people or 3 entities or whatever. It could just be working together in the group, working together as a cohesive group. And this Hangman in reverse, again, is a green light to move forward. We have changed our perception, which is what the Hangman in the upright is you are being put on pause because your perception of a situation needs to change before you are allowed to move forward. When the Hangman is in reverse, that means we have changed our perception of the situation and we are allowed to move forward now. This is a card of action and moving forward. This is a card of action and moving forward. We are ready to move forward and do the work, whatever it is. Pisces. So Pisces, you're focusing on either a Sagittarius who's broken up, or the Sagittarius is no longer broken up with you, Pisces, or they're no longer in their partnership, and this is why what you're focused on. Or there is an imbalance in your relationship and you no longer feel like you're on the same page with your partner, whatever it is. Pisces, you're focusing on an imbalanced partnership. Either it's been Either you've broken up or someone you know has broken up and they're in this imbalance of a situation. But that's what your focal point is, either for yourself or someone within your circle. It's probably, there very strongly could be Sagittarius energy involved here. All right, let's move on to Lenormand's and get a little more information. Oh, had a flipper. We have blessings, which the bouquet means blessings coming in. So maybe that's why you're so gung-ho about rushing this energy in, is because you know that there are blessings waiting after whatever this situation is dealt with. Spiritual blessings. Very interesting. That's why Cancer is so focused on this, is because with the diviner, this is either you intuitively from your gut know that this needs to be pushed forward, pushed through, worked through, because there's spiritual blessings coming through, or there's just blessings and you know it intuitively from your gut. And that's why you're just so, I know you're unstable. I know you're having hissy fits and emotional outbursts, but trust me, just push through this shit and it's gonna be worth it. That's what I'm feeling for Cancer. You're just kind of like, I know you don't want to do this, but you need to, because there's amazing things waiting for you on the other side of it. And if it's your children or adults who act like children, they're not going to be open to receiving that message, which is really frustrating, which is where this Knight of Swords energy comes from, is you're like, I don't care if you want to hear me or not. I'm rushing in with my message and you're going to hear it. All right. Whoop. Scorpio. Oh, the woman. Aww. Okay. Scorpio. Either you're the woman in love or you love the woman. And that's what we've changed our perception on. So it's either how you love, how you display your love, which you're moving into a more harmonious working together with the group, working together with the team, being cooperative. And that's how you're showing your love. Or you love a woman, Scorpio, so you're trying to be more open towards working together as a whole, and you've changed your perception on this because of your love for this woman, or you are this woman and you're trying to show your love and affection. I love that. This is your new moon, so it looks like, for whatever reason, how do I put this? Your love language seems to be changing based upon your perception of the situation. And it has something to do with showing your love by working towards the greater good of the whole. I hope I said that right. I love that energy. It seems like we've had some shitty readings the last couple moons. So, Scorpio, it's very nice to see something beautiful come out for you. And I think it has to do with how you deal with these people, this energy. You've gone within and found your inner truth. Your perception of the situation has changed. And I think you're understanding how to better meet the needs of these people who are having these emotional outbursts and reactionary reaction. Like these people are very high anxiety, high reactionary energy, and you're changing your perspective of how to work with them. And it's not a switch. It's something you're going to be repetitively and continually working on in order to find that harmony, because right now there's this, it's either fear or anger on the home front with these energies, and you're changing the way you come at it with love. I like that. All right, Pisces, we already had one flip. Oh. We have the letter and the home. So there's some kind of written communication coming either to the home, about the home. It could be a text. No. whatever it is. This could be, Pisces. I hope this isn't some BS like you and your partner broke up because you're on a different page from each other, and rather than coming home, they just like send you a text or something. Or, I don't know. Let me pull one more. It's a blessing. This is, whatever is happening in your home, definitely your home, Pisces. It's something that's been a long time coming, if that makes sense. The lilies is about the long haul, the long path, something that's been coming for a while. And there's some kind of written engagement, written message that kind of triggers this whole kerfuffle within the home. And it really tells you who's on a page of anger and who's on a page of fear. And sometimes those look very similar. Either one is not good. But we are focusing on this. I just keep seeing, it's almost like I'm seeing magnets that repel each other, and that's kind of what I'm seeing. There's an inability to be on the same page, to be balanced. Every time you try to come towards each other, it skews like the magnets that are opposed. All right. I hope that made sense for everyone. Go ahead and message me if you have any questions about it. But we'll go ahead and move on to the advice cards. Billy, can you put the pellet stove on 3? Ooh, deep knowing reversed. Reversed. Let's see what that says. 43. You are in empathy overload and need to get grounded again. So tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive. You're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for recharging of your batteries. Set energetic boundaries, take a salt bath, empty your mind, and get back to you. It's not a time to be too open. Soon enough, you can let your guard down. Right now, you need self-care and self-love. It's time to say no thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. Won't that feel good? So there is a lot of deep work that you're focusing on right now. And you, either you've gone through this and you need to recharge, or you're about to go through this and you need to recharge before you enter the situation. But if you know who this is, could be one person, could be multiple people, could be your children, could be family members, co-workers, friends, I don't know. But there's somebody who's acting out like a child, both emotionally and temperamentally. And that's what that's the focus of your situation for water signs. All right, let's move on. I feel like I always do air last, so let's do air next. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini for this Scorpio new moon of new, deep, crazy crap coming up. It's going to be the focal point of our next chapter. I also heard with this new moon, I'm not exactly sure why. I really wish I was better in depth with astrology. I'm getting there though. We are ending a 13-year cycle of who we've been. And we are setting up who we want to be for the next 13-year cycle right now. And this is why I was saying, like, think of yourself like wet concrete right now, because you're drying as we speak. And whatever your temperament, your ideology, your perception is that's what you're going to be concreted into moving forward. So be very aware of your thinking patterns, of your optimism, of your ability to see the bigger picture and not so narrow-minded and skewed of what you think is right. Remember, we are in a matrix. We do not see reality for what it really is. We don't see all of the things going on behind the screen. And I think it would be very limiting to think that you know the entire truth and operate from a place where you think you know everything. All right, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. One more. Woo! I just got told I need to light some sage. I know you love the sage, Bill. My son's over there watching me. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Aquarius, you have the world reversed. There is some situation or loose end that is still impeding on your ability to wrap up loose ends and move into the next chapter. My lips are dry. That's why I have that there anyway. Whew, Libra. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. Not the greatest energy, not the worst. Either you've been caught trying to get away with something, or you catch someone around you trying to get away with something. It's reversed. So I'm thinking it's somebody else around you. Then again, I always feel that way about Seven of Swords. I mean, you know, if you're like sneaking around trying to get away with something. The Seven of Swords is somebody who's a liar, a cheater, a stealer, a thief. Oh, I meant thief. It's an energy of trying to get away with something. But if you look, he's trying to steal all the swords in camp, but he's only able to carry 5, and he's left 2 behind. So you're going to get caught. They realize they had 7 swords when you've taken 5. They understand this, and you're going to be caught. You're going to be found out. It's an energy of finding out someone's trying to get away with something. Very interesting. Usually my sage goes out by now. Gemini, you have the Four of Wands reversed. Either you're focusing on moving, or your home no longer feels stable. You no longer feel like there's a foundation with your home. Or there's a problem with your home's foundation, like literally. Gemini, you're just, I'm hearing your home doesn't feel like a home for whatever reason. You either want to move or you're unsatisfied with where you live. I'm not sure. The bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords reversed. This is refusing to engage in a verbal conflict. Really what this feels like to me is walking on eggshells. There's some situation where you're skirting a conflict or a confrontation, and you're being very wary and aware of the words you use in order not to kick off the conflict. We have the Nine of Wands, and this is about being exhausted from continually battling with someone, battling a situation, fighting to improve your situation, fighting to avoid a conflict. This is like continual, how do I put this? Keeping yourself under tight control, the way you speak, the way you think around people, trying to avoid conflict. Again, with the conflict avoidance, it's the Five of Wands reversed. This is of almost same energy, except for the wands ups it like to where there is now passion and energy and tempers involved instead of just verbal. There's a fight brewing underneath the surface of a situation. And there's been a lot of strategic planning, a lot of intentional thought before you open your mouth going on, and it's been exhausting for air signs. Yeesh. I'm not going to pull it, but at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups reversed. This is either a dream or hope or wish that you wanted that hasn't been realized, or this situation that I've been describing has been caused by somebody's over drinking. The problem is somebody over indulging in alcohol or over indulging in something that makes them feel really great. That's not for everybody. For some, the Nine of Cups is also a dream or wish or goal not being realized or being lost. Jeez, air signs. Oh, okay. My sage went out. I've heard a lot of people burning sage lately, and as soon as they light it, the whole entire stem just burns all at once. And I've heard of more than one person, shout out to Margot, where this is the case, where you light your sage and the whole thing just goes all at once. Luckily, that did not happen to mine. My house would feel like there's a fog machine in it. All right, so what is Aquarius? I feel like Aquarius is avoiding this conflict resolution in some way. Like, you're just trying to avoid the fight. You don't want to resolve the fight. You just want to tiptoe around it. You don't want to spearhead it head on and get through it. So let's see what comes out. Yep, you're feeling trapped. You're feeling unable to actually end this cycle, end this chapter in whatever way you need to. The Eight of Swords is feeling mentally unable to do anything, mentally unable to think through how you could get through this situation. It's like every solution you come up with, there's like 7 reasons why you can't do that. And so we end up boxing ourselves in mentally, thinking there's no way out. When in reality, if she could just remove her blindfold, she would see there's swords all around her, and she could simply just lean to one way or another and cut herself free. But she is unable to see the situation or the big picture, so that's not a possibility. And this is the very thing that's holding you back. Who's here?
Nathan.
You better get the dog before he jumps.
The dog is outside.
Is he locked outside?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. So moving forward, the way to move through this situation is to open lines of communication and explain how you feel mentally stuck and unable to move forward. It's like we need to backtrack from this Nine of Wands back to the Eight of Wands. In order to resolve the conflict we're stuck in, we need to open lines of communication and talk it through. That's what the Eight of Wands is all about. It's open communication. It's also been compared to the arrows of love from Cupid. So, Aquarius, if you want to move past the situation that you feel mentally stuck in, you need to talk about it. And I do feel like through open conversations, you will be able to see that your situation is not as pinned down and dire as you initially thought. Once you start talking out some of these situations, there will be solutions found, and you will be able to move into the next chapter based on the information that we've discovered through open lines of communication. But you can't open lines of communication because right now you're not opening your mouth at all. You are so hyper vigilant and focused on what comes out of your mouth and making sure that it doesn't start a fight with anybody, that you're too wrapped up in your own head to really honestly speak your truth. Okay, now that I've gone on. All right, Libra, what is this energy about? Judgment. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles is about being both financially and energetically independent, meaning that this Nine of Pentacles female needs nothing from anybody. She does not need to ask for support or aid from anyone. She is completely self-contained financially, completely self-contained emotionally and energetically. It's a very interesting energy to come up with the other ones, though. I don't really feel like Libra is firsthand involved in whatever this situation is. Trying to avoid a fight, and at least this Libra couldn't give two shits about not starting fights with people. I speak my truth. I speak when I've been bothered or upset about something, and I've learned over the last several years that if you keep shit inside, it hurts you and just begins to grow the anxiety. When if the moment you figure out that somebody's hurt you in some way, the best thing to do is immediately say something, pull them aside, or just open the lines of communication at that moment and be like, hey, that was really screwed up what you just said, and it kind of pissed me off. And if we resolve the situation right then and there, you're not bringing it home with you and trying to walk on eggshells, therefore after not starting a fight, because now you have this elephant in the room with a certain someone instead of just enjoying that person's presence, because now there's an elephant in the room, an unresolved situation. Now there needs to be judgment about somebody's trying to get away with something. Or the judgment is somebody got caught trying to get away with something, and now the result is somebody is single. In any way, in either event, judgment means that there has been a shift in the judgment of someone, or someone has made a judgment call, and based on that judgment call, action is needed to move forward. And it's in the upright, so action will be taken. So, I don't know if this is a situation that Libra is going through personally. Kind of doesn't look like it, but I know it's not for me. I do know what the situation is pertaining to, but it's not me personally. It's close people to me in my life. And I'm assuming I'm just supposed to be a supportive role. Maybe I'm being told to be very conscious of what I say, because I can be very judgmental. Because I'm a Libra with a Sagittarius rising and an Aquarius moon. So for me, things are very black and white. You're either right or you're wrong with a lot of things, and that can be off-putting to a lot of people. So I think I'm being warned to really watch my P's and Q's and allow people to make their own judgment calls without my skewed perception moving forward. But that's just me. You could be firsthand involved in this situation as a Libra in your life. Libra rising, Libra moon. Okay. And Gemini, why are you not feeling at home in your home? Oh, weird. I don't know who this is. I'm fairly certain for most people this is the same person. And they're most likely in your house, and they're creating an upheaval in your home. Gemini. I'm hearing Scorpio. I don't know why. I know quite a few Scorpios married to Geminis. Interesting. Anyway, this is a water sign who is being kind of a dick, in my opinion. They're still loving, wonderful, loving communication, loving emotions there, but I feel like there's this bit of this hot temper energy underneath. Or there's two people involved for Gemini. One is a loving, supportive knight, bringing messages of love and optimism and blah, 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 blah. And then one is a fast-moving, here one day, gone tomorrow, kind of a dick, kind of a player, kind of like an asshole, in my opinion. So either Gemini is dealing with more than one person, one's good, one's not so great, or these are two dichotomies of the same person that you're dealing with, and it's creating an upheaval in your home in either event. And there's this strong denote of avoiding a fight. I don't want to start a fight. I don't want to start this shit. It's like walking on eggshells, and I hate it. I hate walking on eggshells because it avoids the resolution of the conflict. It just drags it out, and it drives me insane. I can't stand it when people avoid the confrontation of the conflict, avoiding beating around the bush. However, I say that knowing that I've done that for many years, and it's very recent that I've learned to shove myself out of my comfort zone and confront people in situations where my feelings or my conflict resolution lies. It's not an easy thing to get yourself comfortable in speaking your truth, come what may. Speaking your truth often directly opposes other people's perceptions of you and the situation that at a whole, especially if you're shy and quiet and you're very used to just letting people think what they want, no matter how you feel about a situation. And for the most part, I do that unless I feel very drawn to speaking my truth that needs to be heard. How interesting. For Aquarius, part of what this is holding you back, we have the tree, which is our family, our roots, and the dog, which is loyalty. You don't see a way forward because you feel it would be going against the loyalties that you have towards your family for whatever this situation is. But you have to open up communication in order to resolve it. Speaking your truth and being authentically you is not betraying your loyalty to your family. If your family want to, rise against you because of you speaking your truth, that's their problem, not yours. But this is one of those things, like in your head, you feel you can't move forward because of your loyalty to your family, but that's not the accurate perception. If your family loves you and they're loyal to you, they want you to be happy and free and not be in this mind trap, mind prison that you've created for yourself. Libra. Whoever this a-hole is that everybody's focusing on, that's gotten rid of getting away with something, we have the man and the mice. So this is definitely a guy in the family that we're all focusing on, and he's been a major pain in the ass. He has created multiple problems for multiple people. The mice aren't necessarily evil, but there's nothing good about them. When they're asked to help, they offer criticism. When they're asked to help join in a situation, they provide conflict and confrontation. They are not a positive, harmonious energy. They actually look at a situation and think, how can I make this fun for me? And that's this mouse energy. It's hypocritical. It's nitpicky. It's just constantly creating more conflict in situations. And that's why there's a judgment call for somebody to free themselves from the situation and become independent. I think while this energy, Libra, if you're firsthand involved in this situation and you have this nitpicky a-hole man in your life who's been trying to get away with shit, by all means, ignore these warnings about starting a conflict. Start all the conflict you want, because it can't be resolved without conflict and confrontation. But if this isn't directly involving you, Libra, if this is someone else's life, try to allow them to get to that point of resolution and independence without you shoving the conflict down their throat. This is hard for me because I know this message is for me. Do not add to the conflict. That's what these fives upside down are about. Avoiding the conflict. Do walk on eggshells, as much as I hate that. But if this isn't your fight to fight, you're meant to be in a position of support and allow them to engage and create this judgment call for themselves and take action for themselves without you shoving their ass through it. Because if you do that, they're going to end up regretting it and going back to whoever this is and going through the whole lesson all over again. That's why the best lessons learned are the ones learned the hard way, with heartbreak and sorrow and regret, and those are the lessons that stick and are not to be repeated. But if you shove someone through without letting them learn the lessons, without letting them go through the hard emotional backlash of what they've been through, gone through, and are learning, then you're just dooming them to repeat the lesson. Very hard lesson for me to learn as a bystander, because I'm always like, I see shit black and white. There's right and wrong. I don't know why everyone doesn't see things that way. Oop, pulled 3 for that one. Gemini. The woman needs to make a decision to change. I don't know what you're changing. Could be your address. But the woman, the roads is needing to make a choice, and the stork is changed. So there needs to be a change made. So maybe it's about moving. You need to make the decision to move. The decision about what you're going to do with these pricks in your house, or, well, both of them aren't, just one of them. If they're the same person, I mean, you being a Gemini, you would understand there's almost like a bipolar energy with this person. One minute they're a grade A asshole, and the next minute they're super loving and supportive. You're deciding you can't deal with this anymore in whatever capacity it is in your home. You're not going to deal with it anymore. And so you're making a decision whether to change your perception about how this person behaves, or you're making a decision to change no longer dealing with this person or people in your home, because they're creating an imbalance or instability in the home. I can also see, like, if you're thinking about moving, are you waffling with that decision? Or is it like the right thing to do one minute and then you're totally against it the next? I don't know. That kind of came up for me too. In any event, the woman, I'm guessing Gemini's the woman, needs to make the decision to change. And if you're a Gemini male focusing on a woman, then she needs to be the one to make the decision to change. I'll just leave it at that. All right. Let's do our advice. Aww. You got loyal heart. Let's see. Your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions where your aspirations for success assume form and reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dreams, faithful to your plans while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time for joyful celebration of spirit. Your manifesting partner. Oh, finally a good one for air signs. Be loyal to your goals. Be loyal to your truth and your who you authentically are. Sorry. And you will begin seeing the changes. I feel like with this Scorpio full moon, new moon, sorry. All right, we will go ahead and do, I guess, fire next, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then we'll do earth last. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, we have the High Priestess reverse. There's something about the situation you're unaware of. You're not listening to your gut in a situation. When I say that, when you think about a situation and your initial thought of the situation is your gut instinct. However, right after that, we have 5 or 6 reasons why the first initial thought was wrong. That's the ego coming in and telling us why our intuition is incorrect. Leo, you have the 3 of Cups. That's funny because all of the readings I had this morning, Leo continually got the 3 of Cups. This is you focusing on 3 women, 3 best friends. They're being supportive. This is a card of celebration and camaraderie with your friends circles, your networking groups. That's either what you're focusing on or you're celebrating your friendships, something like that. Eesh. Sagittarius, you have the Tower reverse. Why not? You either went through a bunch of bullshit or you're about to go through a bunch of bullshit through someone else's life falling apart. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Cups, which is soulmates, relationships, business partnerships, being on the same page. Then we have the Devil. This is toxic energy, dependency. This is drugs, alcohol, stuff like that. There's a dependency within the relationship. We have Death reverse, which is a refusal to end something or transform it. God, I've got like 70 people trying to call me during this reading. I don't want to know if I want to pull all these. I'll pull them. We have the 10 of Swords reverse, which is a situation that you're still going through that's been long and painful and drawn out, but it hasn't ended quite yet. Moving forward, we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is an energy of putting in a ton of hard work and energy in the beginning to work through this and expect a harvest at the end. Then we have the Queen of Swords, which is using the intellect and the high vibrational thinking in order to cut something out, cut something off, move forward in it. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a shift in luck. Okay, sorry about that. All right, what I'm feeling like for all fire signs is there's a situation in either a very close partnership, but for most of you, this is your relationship with the 2 of Cups. There's some kind of toxic or dependency behavior that's being overlooked, unacknowledged, and it's not being ended. There is a refusal to end something, and it has something to do with this Devil energy. And there's a refusal to transform. There's a reluctance to transform it. And it has to do with the partnership, the relationship. But once we acknowledge whatever this is, we are then able to make a plan make a plan to heal it, to grow it, to whatever, to end it, to transform it. The Seven of Pentacles is putting in that hard work and energy now, expecting a harvest at the end of all of this, at the end of all of this hard work. And then we have, again, this Queen of Swords energy, which is willing to put in that work and cut out, transform, end whatever needs to end. If death won't do it, if death won't end the Devil energy, the Queen of Swords sure as hell will. And then once that commitment to putting in the hard work in order to end this transformation is joined with the Queen of Swords energy, we are then allowed to shift our perception of what a blessing or luck in our life is. Now, Aries, all of this shit's going on under your nose and you're not hearing it, seeing it, acknowledging it. Let's see what you are avoiding with this. You are not acknowledging whatever your part in this situation was that is blocking you from moving into your next chapter. So I think this is Aries, whatever negative, dependent energies Aries has, that's what's blocking you from moving forward into the next chapter. And you're refusing to acknowledge those behaviors, traits, or dependency issues within yourself. And it doesn't have to be alcohol or drugs. It could be people pleasing, or refusing to stand up for yourself, or allowing yourself to be a welcome mat, or not going after your hopes, goals, and dreams, and just kind of sitting in this victimhood in some way and refusing to acknowledge your part in a situation and transforming or ending it. Ending it and then transforming it. I want to say that you do end up doing, and it's with a child, an ex-partner, somebody you held high regard, on the same page at one point. It's now become, this bond or relationship has now become toxic because it has been drawn out. And I think Aries is not acknowledging their role in perpetuating the situation. I do feel there is a chance that this situation can heal and end, but there has to be a long haul plan put in place, and there won't be a whole lot of resolution in the beginning. There's going to be waiting patiently, constantly. Just, it's like starting out in college. Like, it's a long ass road ahead of you, but you're going to get something amazing out of it in the end of it. And you have to be devoted to the higher thinking, the higher non-emotional reactions of the Queen of Swords. You have to remember that responding out of an emotional reaction is going to set you back. And to always think logically and not emotionally with this particular situation. And it's going to shift your luck if you can do that. Leo, maybe your friendships are where this toxic energy is lying. Or your friends are helping to support you through this situation if it's with your partner. It's with your partner. We have Aries reversed. This is the man in your life that you view in an authoritative position, except for he's abusing his authority in some way. He's not being a good leader, or he's not keeping control of his temper. I think your friends are supporting you through this situation of trying to figure out what the right thing to do is. Leo, either you're getting support because you're the male figure who's not able to properly lead, properly be the man of authority, or you're a female Leo and your partner is behaving this way. No, I have this and then one more sign. 1 second. All right, Leo. So I'm thinking that there's a situation in your partnership where there's some kind of element of toxicity, toxic dependency, toxic behaviors. that have not ended. And I do think that you were under the impression that they were over, but the situation has not ended and it has not transformed. There's a refusal or a reluctance to end it and transform. For whatever reason, I'm seeing a man's fist like this, and his knuckles are all white. So it feels to me like whatever male figure is involved, it's like white knuckling it. And Sagittarius, we have the Tower reverse. So this is probably a situation where you had a Tower event in the past and it's coming back up for review for some reason. Let's see what's the situation. The Eight of Pentacles reverse has not been working on whatever this is. Whatever this Tower event happened in the past, it ended. Your tower crumbled, and then you were put in a position to need to do the work. Sagittarius, you didn't do the work, or you stopped doing the work, or the work is not getting done. And I feel like it's a possibility. Well, yeah. It didn't end. Jesus, I'm a Sagittarius rising. What the hell did I do? Let's do some cards. Maybe there's a negative aspect that you're portraying, Sagittarius. I kind of think, Sagittarius, this is you. There's some negative behavior or trait that was a huge effing deal in the past, and it was a big blow up, and I'm never doing that ever again, blah, blah, blah. No, you're still doing it, Sagittarius. Or if you're not doing the specific negative behavior that you had been doing in the past that this Tower event was all about, that you haven't been working on, it's transformed into something just as negative but different. So say you had an alcohol addiction at some point and it blew the hell up, and you promised you'd never do that again, but instead of working on that alcohol situation, now you just overeat. Or now you chain smoke, or something like that. The actual trigger of the negative behavior was never addressed, so it didn't end. It just turned into something else equally toxic. Good Lord, what have I done? I'm a Sagittarius rising. Rising signs are just as important as sun signs, so this very much speaks to me. So now I need to go within, reflect. Is there some shit that I blew up about in the past that I really haven't been working on that I said I would? And it's negatively impacting my relationship in some way. Ooh. Aries. The ship is about moving or somebody at a far distance and their snake. So I don't feel... I have two things come up here. You're not listening to your intuition, and it's stalling your ability to close this chapter with whoever this person is. I don't really feel like it's a current partner, but it could be. But you're not listening to your intuition about it. You're kind of sweeping it under the rug. Or you're not owning up to your role in the situation. And either you want to move away and run from the snake, or the snake is at a distance to you, which makes it easy for you to avoid the situation in some aspect. It's almost like I'm getting a feeling, which is why High Priestess is reversed, is Aries is much more apt to want to run away from the problem instead of confronting the problem and yourself at the same time, asking, what have I done to perpetuate this situation? What have I allowed to happen in my life that has continued this situation? What have I avoided working on that has continued this situation? I'm just feeling like trying to run away from your issues instead of focusing and working on them. And it's definitely involved. I think for a lot of Aries, knowing a lot of Aries women, it has something to do with an ex that you're still dealing with. All right, Leo. It just flipped out. So we have the diviner or the reader. This is also, it's basically the same energy in my opinion as the high priestess, which is listening to your guides, listening to your gut instinct, listening to your intuition that a change needs to happen. Something needs to change and your gut is telling you. And it has something to do with this emperor in reverse. This authority figure who is not being a good leader in some way. Either they're constantly blowing up about the smallest things, or they're too weak to be a strong leader. I don't know what it is. It's most likely a male figure in your life. The emperor almost always comes up as a male, no matter if it's general or person-to-person readings. In any event, you can rely and trust in your friends right now, but you need to follow your instincts about a change needing to be made, whether with you and the way you deal with this emperor reversed, or, well, it is about how you deal with this emperor reversed, because there's some kind of toxic energy being dragged out and refusing to end here. All right. Sagittarius. Too many. I'd like this to be the energies to help push us through this. The way you're going to push through this energy, Sagittarius, this refusal to work on a past huge problem, is you need to talk to your love partner. There needs to be open lines of communication, loving, open lines of communication in order to push you through and start getting back to work. Because the Eight of Pentacles is reversed, we need to get back to the drawing board and get back on the right path. Okay. That's a good energy, and it's one that I'm always supportive of. Is open lines of communication is always the answer to everything, in my opinion. If you can't effectively communicate with your partner, I don't really see how any conclusions or rectifications of anything can happen. Because if both people aren't willing to put in the work and the communication, then nothing will ever be resolved. All right. Advice for all fire signs. Thinker. Calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friends now, so get out your journal, write down what you're going to do today, and signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be the highest of all good. This is what I'm saying here, guys. This is the plan. It's going to be a long, drawn-out plan, and it's going to suck, but this is the most ideal and concrete way to make sure that this shift comes in. And you've got to adopt this Queen of Swords energy. She is loving, she is fair, and she is not emotionally overdone. She makes decisions based on the facts of the situation and not based on her emotions based on the situation. So this is the way, is we need to make a methodical, well-calculated plan and stick to it. And that's the way we're going to shift this situation. All right. Last but not least, Earth. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. I see that. Can you close it? Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Capricorn, we have the Queen of Cups. Either you're embodying this energy of loving emotional balance, or you're focusing on a Queen of Cups, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, female. Taurus, we have the Page of Wands reversed. Maybe you're focusing on a fire sign child who is lashing out, feeling unsupported, feeling depleted in some way. Virgo, we have the 10 of Wands reversed. This is dropping that feeling of being overburdened. This is dropping other people's burdens and giving them back their own responsibilities. You are not going to be taking on other people's burdens anymore. That's a great energy, Virgo. I definitely have felt that Virgos have been taking on the weight of the world. King of Swords reversed is part of this overall energy. This is a huge asshole. He does not care about your feelings. He will cut you deep and couldn't give 2 shits if you're heartbroken about it. We have the Sun. This is illumination. This is happiness. This is children. This is marriage. This is the focal point. I'm hoping your partners aren't grade A dicks. We have the 4 of Swords, which is needing to take a reprieve, needing to take a rest, go into a comatose state in order to recharge your batteries mentally. Although you will physically be withdrawing yourself, this is for mental recharge. Then we have the 3 of, I'll take that one too. We have the 3 of Pentacles with the Hermit reversed. This is much the same kind of energy that came out for, I want to say water signs. Yes. This is learning to work together with others based upon inner wisdom and guidance that you have found within yourself, and now you're ready to take action on that. Only after you've recharged. Earth signs. Capricorns. Again, this could be, this King of Swords reverse could be an Aries, Aquarius, Leo, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Jesus. And it's most likely a male figure, and he is like on a rampage. Arrogance. Insensitive. Me focused. I just selfish. And Capricorn, I'm feeling like this is you. You're just trying to focus on love and emotional balance. Maybe you're focusing on a Cancer with the Chariot, but this is finding emotional balance in your career. And I don't know. Let me pull another one. Focusing on healing emotional issues brought up based on your career. This is delayed or slowed healing. And it has to do around your emotional stability with your career. Maybe your boss at work's a huge dick. And it's kind of come out that your boss is a huge dick. And now you've kind of retreated and gone within a bit. And after you've done that retreat, you come to the realization of needing to work together or join the group more in order to combat this energy. For Capricorn, I think this is at work. What isn't about work with Capricorn, though? All right, Taurus. I do feel like you're either focusing on a bratty, spoiled, snotty child or an adult who's acting that way. You're helping this person get through past disappointments, letdowns. They're healing from a depression or something like that, sadness. But there's clarity and truth here, and I feel like Taurus is helping this person, child, whoever, kind of overcome all of this tragedy that they've gone through and find the truth and the silver lining within that. There's an epiphany to be found here, and I feel like Taurus is helping this person find that. And they've been through a lot of shit. And Taurus is the one helping them understand this inner truth and wisdom that's come about and get back into a sense of community and camaraderie with a group. Virgo. Go Virgo. So with this situation, you're dropping burdens. And when I say dropping burdens, you're no longer taking on other people's responsibilities or chores, burdens, whatever. You're dropping it. If it's not mine, I don't want it. And it's putting you in a position of power and control again. You are now in the ability, in the mindset and the ability to take control of the situation and end something that's been long drawn out and painful for you. Love it. This is a wonderful energy. You are no longer playing this game. It's over. It's done. It is painful, but you are taking control and ending it. You're no longer allowing the situation to affect you. You've been through a lot of shit with this situation, and this control was not easy for you to take back. All right. Well, that one. Geez, that card's coming out a lot today. Follow your intuition and it'll bring you luck. Keep focusing on your career and finding the harmony and balance within your career with your coworkers. I don't think this is you necessarily highlighting this person's shitty behavior, but when it does come out, you don't jump on any bandwagons. It could be a boss, it could be a partner, I don't know. But when this information about this person's nasty behavior or nasty mindset comes out, you really do go within and retreat. You don't jump on it in any crowd with pitchforks and anything like that. You just go deep within and try to figure out, how did you allow this situation to affect you? How did you engage in the situation that made it worse than this? Like, we always have accountability to our energy that we put into situations and how we allow others to affect us. So this is really going deep within, recharging from the situation you went through, and really trying to find that deep understanding and wisdom. And the reason I say that is because we have the Hermit here. And you did do this. We did go through this energy, or we will, because there is wisdom that is found, and there's action based on that wisdom for the greater good towards the whole. And we have listening to your gut and instinct leads you to lucky endeavors and situations. So definitely, Capricorns, listen to that gut. Listen to those instincts and really follow them, because they will lead you to lucky endeavors. Taurus. Taurus, I do feel we have the commitment with the ring. Or I'm sorry, the commitment is the ring, and then we have something written. So there's some kind of written engagement, written correspondence that perceives some kind of commitment being engaged. And I don't know if that's what the truth about this is coming, or the epiphany. Maybe this this letter was a farce, and that's what caused this depression that this Page of Wands went through. Maybe there was some kind, there was a lie amongst this, or maybe there was a new commitment written, but this child or adult has already processed the depression or the sadness and is ready to move on with a new truth. I don't know exactly what this, let me just pull another one. So there's some, I feel like this is some kind of commitment posted on social media, because this is a public platform, a public party, some kind of public place, and there's some kind of written to make me feel like it's a public social media platform or something, and there's a commitment being made, but I feel like there's a truth coming out about that commitment. I'll leave it at that. And Virgo, wonderful energy, taking control and ending this suffering. Oh, I got 3 for you too. All right. So we have the snake. Definitely, this snake was the one putting off all of their responsibilities onto you, Virgo. This snake is the one that's been drawing out this long, painful road with you, sticking all of these 10 swords in your back. This is a long, drawn-out, painful road that you've been down with this snake, and this snake has inflicted this abuse and this hurt onto you. But now that we have this 10 of swords, it means that this journey is over. This pain will never get worse than it is today, and it can only get better from this moment forward, because this is the end. This is signifying that we are no longer taking on other people's burdens, and we are ending our role in allowing ourselves to be controlled, and we are indeed taking control moving forward from this moment forward with this Scorpio new moon. Tonight, by the way. And we have this snake energy. Somebody who, this is definitely with that 10 of swords, somebody who's been taking advantage of you and your money flow. So you are have probably been financially supporting this snake in some way, Virgo. And then we have the broom, which is a sweeping clean of the slate, which is very much this 10 of swords energy. And a lot of times, no, all the time when we have the broom, when we are sweeping this slate clean, it's because we are ripping up the rug that we sweep all of our feelings and hurt under, and we are exposing all of this shit. And there is always a conflictual fight involved with ending of these swords, but it's not something you shy away from. You're taking control. You're ready to engage in this battle. You're ready to expose all of the shit this person has inflicted on you and end this situation once and for all. Virgo is ready. Virgo is ready to sweep everything out, get it all exposed into the air, and move forward, no longer being taken advantage of and no longer putting up with someone else's bullshit. I guess there's 2 for earth signs. We have serendipity with the big clover, so this is a lucky turn of events, especially for Capricorn. And then we have go the distance in reverse. So let's see what those mean real quick. You are in the right place at the right time. Be grateful, for the stars are aligned in your favor. Fortune is smiling on you. Victory and success are yours. The choices you have made in the past have prepared you for the opportunities now before you. This is your lucky moment. The timing is perfect. So this is your time, earth signs. 47. Do you feel as if you've been wandering the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of a desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages, but there's more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skin, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for the water so they may thrive. This is a time of developing survival skills. and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul, because it will never lead you astray. This is important time for letting go of what's not important. That's kind of different messages, and I feel like there's a part of earth signs that are ready to move forward. This is the time to strike. And there are some earth signs who need to lay low and understand why you're going through this slow scarcity of your life right now and developing new skills and behavioral traits. I really do feel you have a choice to either keep living in the limited or believe in the expanse. Very interesting. All right, that is the Scorpio new moon energies. If anybody would like a reading, I am charging $30 per personal reading at this time. Or if you have any questions about the reading I've done here, please feel free to comment below. I will see you guys soon. Bye.